you see, men are intentional, about the woman that they want.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you said men won't have that conversation, we are already going into everything knowing what it is we want.
Right, but you're not communicating it straight
Oh,
away.
no, we communicate. Hear me. We communicate. Women do not listen in general. Ladies, those men, they're responsible for how they show up. But you saw the signs. Don't lie. Women will place men in the proximity of what it is that they want rather than actually allowing the right man to be the right man. They will place any man in that position to fulfill what it is that they're looking for, the role they're looking for. I'm looking for a husband. So therefore, the man that comes and meets that close enough, I will put him in that position. Okay. That's not how it works. Okay. You don't put any man in the position. Yeah. The man has to earn his right to be in position.
Okay, fair. Familia, how are we doing? Welcome back to The Progressing Male. I'm your host, Francisco Gomez, and today we are breaking down the stereotypes that men cannot communicate, access their emotions, and all that dated bullshit. The era of the gentleman is not over, and hopefully through our topic-led discussions, we can break down these outdated presumptions and stereotypes towards men. Our mission is the same mission. We are going to cancel culture. Why? Yep. Because if we say something wrong or if we talk out of pocket, just correct us, teach us, sound off wherever you're watching this and join in the conversation. I promise you that the three men here, including myself, because that's three.
Yeah, that's right.
We are able, willing to learn with an open heart and open mind. Now, I've said we about 5,000 times because you know I'm not alone. To my right, I've got the multi-talented motivational speaker and host, 𝗍𝗿𝗀𝗏.
Let's go. Let it be known.
And then we have the extremely versatile teacher, choreographer, and head of the Ins and Out podcast, 𝗍𝗿𝗀𝗏.
Wait, Ginger Ninja and that.
All right, men, today, I think, actually I know, we're going to have very different opinions about this, but this is what the show's about.
Are you about to be controversial?
No, I don't think so. No. I mean, maybe it depends what you say.
All right, let's go.
I'm worried about you, actually. No, I'm joking.
Lord.
The question is, or the theme, the topic is monogamy real?
Damn.
Reason why I say this, I am obsessed with the changing evolution, whatever you want to call it, about dating. So modern day dating for me is hilariously complex, and it has so many nuances that I think are unnecessary, and it, you know, for lack of better words, is doing a little too much. Because when people say, oh, I'm dating, they think they're seeing. When people say that we're dating, they think it's exclusive. But if you didn't have the exclusive conversation, how is it exclusive? And then some, you know, now that this new term, high-valued man, you know, has come into play. It's a fashionable word now. And you got the Andrew Tates, et cetera, who are like, you know, protect and provide and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, this woman can't have this much men, but I can sleep with other women, but she can't. It's, you know, it's, to be quite honest, I don't know what part of Tactopia these people live in.
Tactopia.
But I can't be vexed at them because, you know, each to their own, right?
Right.
So
agreed.
I want to start this. Before I even ask you the question about monogamy, right? I want to ask certain spitfire questions.
Okay.
To be like, let's see if we're on the same page.
All right, go.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference between seeing and dating someone?
Seeing and dating.
Is there a difference to you?
To me...
This isn't a trick question. What, seeing and dating, what's that?
All right. I think they're very similar, but I think dating is like the beginning part of meeting someone and finding out whether we can get to that stage of seeing and surpassing dating. And then when we're seeing each other, we're then got past that dating stage and now we're actually in something a little bit more serious.
Oh, so dating is more casual and seeing is like...
To me.
And then seeing we're getting closer to...
We're getting closer because now we're seeing how things go. Dating is we go on a date. And we may go on a second date.
Perfect.
We may go on a third date. We may go on a fourth. And then we may go, this is good.
Perfect.
Let's start seeing each other.
Kane.
I'm the same as him.
No.
Because you go on your first date.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And then you're like, oh, are you seeing that person? Like when you've been on a few dates.
Yes,
Are you
yes,
seeing
yes,
each other
yes,
now?
yes.
That
It's
is
not
what you do.
You don't go after the first one, are you dating? You go, we've been on a date.
Okay.
But do you know what I'm saying? And then
very
after
true.
a few, they go, you seeing him? And then you go, will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, boys, I think the opposite. Hear me out.
Wow.
Because yes, dating,
Yeah.
a date.
Yeah.
But I think seeing someone is casual. For example, if I'm on the app and I've decided to be a regular schmegular with someone, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, I need to see you regularly, you're in my roster, right? I'm like, I'm seeing you. When am I seeing you? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, dates can be involved, for example, to like spice it up a bit. Maybe we can go somewhere because, you know, if for example, we don't go straight to the bedroom and I go to a bar, that's a date. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, there doesn't necessarily have to be romance to tie in the bow of the date world. But dating to me is like, okay, I've seen you now, we've seen each other, and now we're dating and it's the preparation for a relationship. So now it's regular. Now this is where the spanner in the works happens. When you are seeing someone,
Right.
is it exclusive?
That's the discussion you have with the person that you're seeing.
While you're seeing, sorry, backtrack, because you said dating first. While you're dating,
Yeah.
is it exclusive?
Again, that's a discussion. I don't think it is when
You-
because you're like, I could be dating multiple people. Like you said, if you're on an app, and I go on 3 dates that week. I don't know these things. I just know this because of people who do it. I don't know. I'm not.
I know
that
you're
person.
not that person. Yeah.
So, but everybody that dates, they're normally dating a few people. They're
and
not
if you start
dating one
seeing
person.
someone, is it exclusive?
Again, it starts out.
Depends.
It depends. That's up for discussion because when you're on a date with someone, you're now. What you just said is what we are saying, just the other way around.
Other way around. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I'd say this.
Go.
What about you?
When you're dating, the first date.
Exclusivity. Are you exclusive in the scene and the dating, or you don't say nothing until it's pronounced?
Until it's spoken about, isn't it?
Until it's spoken about, I wouldn't say anything. But for me, like, if it's like you've been on one date, then you can't be. Like, it's the first date. It might have been bad.
Right.
You don't know. But if you're on the 4th, then it's a bit like, okay.
It comes up.
It comes up. And even if it doesn't, in my head, I obviously like you.
Right.
So I want to pursue a relationship with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep going on dates because that's
Right.
wasting each other's time.
Okay.
Right? And I'm not in the game of wasting each other's
So
time.
after speaking to, go on. Sorry.
But I feel like when you said seeing is first, and it's like it's romantic.
No, it can be romantic.
But it
depends on
sounded
your
like to me
style.
what I would have called we're shagging.
Well,
Right.
Like they're coming round.
But this is the thing.
So,
This-
but you
I'm glad
call it
said that.
seeing.
Yeah, because I'm seeing you. I'm
'Cause
just
if
shagging you.
Because if you said I'm
just-
shagging someone, that's not the same to me as seeing.
Like
someone.
we'd say that's like fuck buddies.
Now listen to this. So I'm seeing you,
Right.
and you pass the test, the chill test. You're like, do you know what? I want to see you more.
Yeah.
But maybe I want to see you more, but only in the capacity of sex. So then you open the chapter of, are you interested in having a fuck buddy?
Right.
Because the relationships, and this is, I've talked to so many women in particular, because
Right.
the gay world, I have it down.
Yeah.
But so many women in particular, and this is when we start going miscommunication mode, because when you get given some women think when you get given the title of a fuck buddy, they see that as the next step, some of them, as, oh, we're getting close into a relationship. No.
No.
Once I've seen you, and then I'm like, actually, I don't want to date you. I actually want to fuck you only because the sex is amazing, or you're
only compatible in one element.
or you're gorgeous or whatever. So now you're in that compartment. And even sometimes when you tell women this, they think, well, if I start adding more spice or more generosity or more attention to this man, when I'm in the realm of the fuck buddy, it's going to get promoted to dating / boyfriend.
See, what you said there is what we would do the opposite. So where you said, I'm seeing you, and then I promote you up to say fuck buddy, it's more, I'm dating you, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, we could fuck, but I'm not seeing this going anywhere more or any
Okay.
further than us fucking.
Perfect.
So it's the same thing you're saying. Ultimately, the miscommunication is still getting misunderstood
Yeah.
by women.
Listeners,
Because it's the same, you're saying the same thing, you're just labeling it.
Labeling it different.
Yeah, you're saying it's seeing where we say it's dating. We're saying it's seeing where you say it's
Right.
dating. But we're all on the same page when
Right.
it comes to fucking.
so for the
If you're a fuck buddy, we're all saying the same thing.
for the people that are watching this, please comment below. What is your definition of seeing and dating? Because obviously, let's put team Dwayne and Kane together,
Right.
Because they think the same. Are you thinking more like me, or are you thinking more like Kane? Because obviously, we have very similar outcomes to the descriptions,
Yeah.
but we're labeling it different, and there's little kinks here and there that are slightly different.
But ultimately, Cisco, communicate, people.
Well, this is the
Yeah,
thing.
this is the issue.
Like,
And this is the
regardless,
thing.
because
And
look,
man,
we're communicating.
Am I right in saying, because you're both straight, right?
Right. Yes, we are.
That
Well, yeah.
Am I right in saying that the communication part is important? We all agree on that,
Yeah.
sure. But communicating that it's exclusive will not come out of your mouth, because you always want to allow the space just in case there's someone else that you can go to. Because what I see from my heterosexuals
Right.
is that 9 times out of 10, oh no, that's a bad number. 8 times out of 10, the man will never go, sit down, babe. Like, let's talk about exclusivity or whatever. That is definitely a thing that a woman wants and expects before a man, because usually in the courting period, right? In the seeing period, in the preliminary stage of everything, if I can have this and have other stuff, I'm going to go with that.
You see, go, Kane, because I always go first, so go.
I feel like the answer is it depends, right? So like,
yes.
Like when I was in LA, there was girls that I was seeing, but as soon as they were like, tried putting a label on it, I'm like, whoa. Like, do you know what I mean? To me, when they're like, oh, I'm your girlfriend, I'm like, whoa, no, you're not. We're seeing each other. Like, you're trying to make it too
right, but you couldn't say,
public.
but you couldn't say dating, because if you said dating, they would think that you're the girlfriend, or that you're the boyfriend.
No.
No, because dating was first. We dated and then we were seeing each other. It's gone beyond dates. We've done birthday parties. We've gone out.
Because
as a couple.
after seeing,
we've
we're together.
I am telling you, if there was a girl here, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, if there was a girl and you're like saying, and we're fucking, right? And then it gets to a point where like the girl, me, I'm going like, I want more. And then I'm like, oh, are you my boyfriend? And then you go, no. I'm seeing you. That's going to be a blow. But I'm like, oh, you're just seeing me. But if you go, oh, I'm dating you. I'm like, exactly. Dates, romance. I'm dating you. We're dating. You're my boyfriend.
We dated first, babes.
No, I swear to God, girls think that. I swear.
But what I'm saying is, but that's where communication comes in. My thing is, I would be telling you, no, we dated when we first met.
Okay.
When we first met, we went out on dates. And then we liked each other.
Interesting.
And now we're seeing one another.
Okay.
Because we want to see
And
where
then the
we're
next
going
step
with this.
from there is becoming boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, where I think Kane was going as well, so let me help Kane out with this. You see, men are intentional, about the woman that they want.
Yes.
Yeah? So when you said men won't have that conversation, we are already going into everything knowing what it is we want.
Right, but you're not communicating it straight
Oh,
away.
no, we communicate. Hear me. We communicate. Women do not listen, in general. Women do not listen. No, they don't. Because what often happens is they hear what they want to hear.
That's true. No,
right?
I've seen that too. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and you could, so for example, a man could actually tell you exactly where he stands. I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking for anything full time. I'm only looking to date. In fact,
you
I'm not
don't
looking
like
for
me?
fucking.
You're telling me you don't like
No,
me?
I do like you,
But she
but this
thinks
is
you can change you or change your decision.
So,
Yeah.
and the thing is, you might be able to contribute.
But I've made my decision.
But my decision is my decision. So for me to come to you and say to you, actually, I want more. So for example, I know for a fact that I could say this and Kane will know it. When he met his wife, his fiance, right? He was intentional about what he was going to do with her. He knew instantly I wanted more with her.
I was the one that
Initiated
everything more.
Because men will when they want more.
I was the one who said, let's like make this a relationship.
Guaranteed.
I was the one which made all the first, like I was the
If you're saying it before the guy saying it, you've already started on a wrong foot.
Right.
Unfortunately.
No, that's fair.
But I'm also still saying and applauding women to say it though.
Yeah.
Because you have to be intentional
Because
about
sometimes
it.
we are bad at communicating and our brains go, oh, I thought we were already...
Right.
Yeah.
Or we chat shit.
Yeah, because I agree with you.
I thought I saw a jump there. Let's go. It's all right, go on.
I agree with you. I agree with you with that. But there's also been so many situations where the men don't communicate because they try to skirt because of lack of.
But those men are, and ladies, those men, they're responsible for how they show up. But you saw the signs. Don't lie.
Fair.
I know when a woman isn't that woman. I know when a woman is like, say, seeing somebody else, even though she's told me that it's only me she's seeing.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you know when someone's into you or not into you that much. Like
We
you
know. So, and women, their intuition is mad.
And they're way better. They're way smarter than us.
With their intuition, that gut feeling,
their
we have
emotional
it,
feeling.
but they are on it. They know from the get-go whether that guy is the guy for them for that particular thing. The difference is that women will place men in the proximity of what it is that they want rather than actually allowing the right man to be the right man. They will place any man in that position to fulfill what it is that they're looking for, the role they're looking for. I'm looking for a husband. So therefore, the man that comes and meets that close enough, I will put him in that position. Okay. That's not how it works. Okay. You don't put any man in the position. Yeah. The man has to earn his right to be in position.
Okay, fair. So then now, because we are in 3 different stages of our love life.
Right.
So you're about to get married in about a month or 2.
Oi, come on, let's give that a little, because
true.
you know.
Kane is crossing over.
I'm punching, boy.
Meeting the love of his life. Oh, marrying the man.
Well, no, but we could say meeting her at the altar.
Oh.
At the altar.
My question is, can you honestly, deep down, say that you can be monogamous in this relationship?
What does monogamous mean?
That you don't open the relationship. No open.
So do you know what polyamory is?
So there's people that own 3-way relationships. That's polyamory.
No.
Open relationships is people that, as a couple, they allow some people.
Monogamous is what, like traditional.
Traditional, like
yes.
just you
one
and her
partner at one time
till death do you part.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my intention.
That's your intention. It doesn't scare you. Nothing like that. Do you think it's unreasonable? Is that something you're like? I know I'm signing it.
Like we said in a past episode, it's a growth. So yeah, it's scary, but I gotta go, well, that's the risk, and I'm gonna lose that part. I'm gonna lose that avenue of being able to explore with other humans.
Well, you've lost it. You've been with her for 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, well, you really commit when you're married. If it goes wrong, you lose more than just that. You lose your money, you lose your house, you lose your everything. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm willing for there to no longer be a me and there to be a we and a me.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So for me, yes, I don't understand the idea of going into a marriage or even into a relationship for me personally without the thought of going, I'm going to be with this person forever. Or at least I want to try. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, just wasting each other's time. Why not just be like, hey, I don't want to do this. Are we both on the same page? No, then let's part ways. Or let's just see what happens. Like, it's quite, for me, it's quite an obvious thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about if after a few years, she is toying with the idea of opening the relationship, if it just means like sexual rendezvous, or like what does that look for you?
Bro, I just want you to understand something. Yeah? As you were speaking, I was just watching Kane's face change, bro, and because he was like, where's he going with this?
He's like,
and then as soon as you said,
he's like,
open it, no,
it's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
Okay,
it's my way or the fucking highway.
Wow, them ones.
So traditional monogamy, you know what you're signing up for. To death do us part, just me and you.
Yeah. Right.
Fair. Okay.
Fair.
Dwayne.
But I want, Up, the film, the husband, the old couple.
Oh, you wanna grow old together?
I want that.
Yeah, and that's beautiful.
I mean, that's what marriage is about. Yeah.
Yeah. That's. Don't we all want that?
But if it's not that, then I don't understand.
What's up?
If it's not that, I don't understand.
What's the point?
If that's not your intention at first.
Yeah.
I understand 10 years down, if you're like, this doesn't work, we need to separate. Don't stay together and be unhappy. That makes no sense.
Right.
But
monogamy.
The goal is monogamy.
Perfect.
Yeah. Why are you doing it like that? Like you think I've got something.
So Dwayne,
ask the question.
I have to hypothetically create a situation for you. And look at you sweating. He's sweating because he knows what's coming.
I like this one.
So with you, you're a single man now. You will still have a beautiful relationship with the mother of your children.
I do.
You live under the same roof still.
We do.
Eventually, you are going to maybe, court and see another woman. And because you've been in a marriage structure without the marriage papers.
Yeah.
Really, really and truly, you've got 3 kids.
Yep.
You still live together. So that's, as close to marriage as it basically gets without the paper.
1000%.
Now, in your next relationship or relationships or situationships, is monogamy something that you are considering? Are you like, no, actually, this time round, I'm doing it a little different?
I love the idea of monogamy, and I'm still pro-monogamy.
Okay.
I don't think monogamy is wrong. I just don't think it's a natural thing for us.
I know.
But I know that we are evolving creatures. So monogamy is also something that we can
evolve too.
1000%. And we've shown and proven that we can.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with monogamy. The same way I don't think that there's anything wrong with polyamory, open relationships, or polygamy, or whatever the female version of that is as well, because there's another one for women that can marry more than one man. But I've forgotten what that one's called. We'll have to Google that one.
Sound off in the comments below.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there's certain tribes that partake in that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm really about, that's why I loved you asking Kane the question. I'm really about connection. You understand? So I want to connect with the person I'm with. I still connect with the mother of my children. So I'm cool with where I'm at. I stay open, yeah? But I actually say my relationship status now is I'm just blessed, staying hydrated, and minding my own business.
So basically that means for my Facebook heads, it's complicated.
Well, no, it's also none of your business.
Oh, well, ours, I hope.
Yeah. No, because the thing...
Don't you pipe me for some tea, girl.
No. We can talk.
Right.
We can talk. But what and the reason why I say it because we're here and we're on the Progressive Male, and I can do it with my brothers. I find that when we share our personal thing, even though we're on this platform and we want to make sure we share our personal thing, I'm learning to privately, publicly share what's privately owned. And the reason for that is because my information that I'm sharing isn't just mine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
1. 2, I've got children, right? 3, I find that people don't have the same duty of care to your information once you shared it publicly.
And then it starts spreading like wildfire
so
and it turns into something else.
I'm sharing my relationship status somewhat, or my relationship with the mother of my children to a degree, but I'm not going to share it anymore with people because they don't have the same duty of care with it.
Yeah.
They don't know the mother of my. They don't
Yeah.
know the mother of my child. I don't want you going up to her and saying, "Oh, hi," you lot can go up to her and say hi and say her name. I'm doing my best not even to mention her name anymore because she's not the same as me. She's not on these platforms and she doesn't have the capability to actually speak for herself. I'm speaking for her. So getting back to the question though, I love monogamy, but I'm open to openness. Yeah,
so
because
you could be in a 3-way relationship maybe?
you know what it is for me? So for example, let's just say
another guy.
I'm gonna get there. Yeah. Let's just say I'm in another relationship, right? And it goes on like you said to Kane, in 10 years' time, she comes to me, whoever that person is, be it the mother of my child or someone else, right? She comes to me and says, listen, I wanna open this up. For me, the conversation is open. Whether I'm down for that or not is a different thing.
Absolutely.
But the conversation has to be open.
Right.
And I'm open to having that conversation. I do not want the person I'm with to feel as though they don't have autonomy over themselves. Yeah? I don't want that. You're not my wife.
Yes.
Or my girlfriend. Even though we use that term, you are not mine. You do not belong to me.
Yes.
Yeah?
Oh, that's amazing.
Do you know what I mean? What I want you to know is that you have total autonomy over yourself. And I am here to add and bring value to your life and you to do the same to me and mine. And if we're no longer doing that, let's have a conversation and see how we can do that or change that.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So I stay open. So that doesn't necessarily mean monogamy or 3-way, 4-way. My thing is if the woman that I love comes to me and says, hey, I want a bit of Cisco. Oh, what's that about? Talk to me. How did we get
you're
there?
open to see the mechanics.
What's going on there? What does that mean to you?
Yeah.
Because for me, it's more about where you're at. And if you're in a space of that, that is in a space of insecurity. It's not this is from a space of lacking. And I don't mind that it's lacking, but it doesn't seem as though I'm enough. So let's and I might be open. Well, let's go see what Cisco's saying. Or I might be like, that don't work for me. I don't want to see Cisco's willy.
But
you understand? But you understand? And I should be allowed to say no.
No, yeah.
And then we have an open discussion about where we go from there.
I think you're right. About if they should be allowed and feel comfortable and confident enough to talk to you about it. I don't agree with fear and being like, we're not allowed to say this because of the rules of marriage. You're allowed to say it. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree to it.
Or act on it.
But for me, we should never be restricting.
Yes.
I
never ever want to be in a relationship like that.
That's when secrets happen. That's when
I don't ever want to be the restrictor.
Love.
I don't want to ever, you get those partners be like, you can't wear that. I hate that shit. What?
Absolutely not.
Get out my wardrobe.
If Georgie comes up to me and she says, I want to wear this on a night out and it's revealing or something, I'm like, hey babe, if that's what you want to wear, you wear it.
Right.
Cool. How I feel about it aside, it's not my outfit.
But there's also a type of confidence and security and groundedness to a man to allow those things.
Yeah, but you're also allowed to say, I don't agree with that outfit.
I think it's too much love.
But
I think
if you're comfortable
but you're
doing
allowed
it-
to do it if you wish.
But
But
if you still
understand
wanna
that,
wear it.
yeah. But if you want to wear it, wear it. But understand that I don't like it.
Because I don't own you. Like the same way if I wear an outfit and she'll go, I don't really like that outfit, and I go, it's not on you. You're not wearing it.
Fair.
No, it's on me.
Fair. No, I like that.
I know that's in a simpler manner, but
Yeah, but we're also talking about the reason why we wouldn't want our partners wearing revealing clothes is simply because I don't want you attracting other men to you.
Unwanted attention.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not there to
don't
protect
even
you.
mind that men like you. That I like. I actually like that.
I
I
like
like that men are, but I want you to be safe.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, so no,
hear
that's
that.
what it's about. Rather than it being about control and jealousy and blah 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 and wanting you to do what I want you to do, it being about actually I want you to do what you want to do, but I want you to be safe doing it.
Yeah.
So do you believe in monogamy?
I do. I think I've always been a traditional person because I think I've learned very late in my dating career.
Wow. Wait, firstly, Cisco, it's not a career.
Honey.
All right, for Cisco, it
Remember-
was a career, baby.
Remember the episode
True.
we talked about
True.
body count?
True.
Please go
True.
back to season
True.
1, 2. Two. We talk about body count. Oh my God, hilarious. What I've realized is that as I've reconnected with my divine masculine over
Love
the
it.
past 3 years, I've realized that it's not completely organic for us to just want one thing all the time. But
Please just know, he said completely organic. It's not completely.
It isn't. It
so he's
really-
not saying that there isn't an organicness about it. It's not completely
Completely.
organic. Continue. Sorry, Cisco.
Now, we have to bear in mind that pop culture, our surroundings, religious practices and
All of it.
traditions, whether you want to fight the system or not, it affects you without you even knowing, right?
agreed.
And so collectively, growing up as a man, I've come to find out that monogamy is important for me because of what it represents,
Right.
not for what it is. Because what it is in paper doesn't work for everyone.
So you mean for how it's sold to us? Because that's what it is
Exactly.
for me. I'm not into how it's sold.
Right. What does that mean?
Like what you just said, how it is on, because how they sell it to us,
Right.
I'm just not into it. How
It's just
society
very
says,
two-dimensional.
yeah,
And the thing is, it's like, I'm in a relationship now after kissing 5 million frogs. I'm in a relationship where I honestly do think truly, and not to say that I haven't thought this in the past, because I'm a helpless romantic. I'm like Cheryl Cole, okay? Shout out. I'm a helpless romantic, but now that I've kind of controlled my emotions and be more realistic, I understand that monogamy is for me, is what I want.
Right.
But because of what it represents, it's the discipline attached to it. It's the through thick and thin. And when the brain starts to wander because I'm so fucking sick and tired of you, or you're not giving me sex, or the sex has gone sour for whatever reason, then that tests me as a man to be like, oh, really, Cisco? Yeah, you can look and that might be tantalizing, but look at what your man represents.
right.
Is it worth it? And it's so that it's that restriction, right? That kind of, that you have to discipline, that you have to tame. And for me, because I love self-growth and I love overcoming things that are almost impossible, I hold myself, to very high standards. So if I can adopt high standard skills,
Right.
I try. And I think that one is. I think I don't have a problem with being in a relationship with just my man. I don't. I think what it is keeping the open conversation to be like, I feel this way about our relationship now. This spark has gone, or we need to try something else. But knowing that I'm not stepping out.
Right.
I'm not stepping out. I've got this. This doesn't need to be a we problem.
I'm
I've
sharing it
got
with
this.
you.
I'm sharing it with you.
With the plan of remaining in this relationship monogamous.
Exactly. But sidebar, one day, because my boyfriend also is monogamy.com, he then, randomly talked about, but if we're in a situation, like when we're on holiday or whatever, and we meet like a vibe, a couple, whatever, like I wouldn't be opposed to it. And I was really surprised, not because I was like, oh, the betrayal, but because I just didn't think he had it in him. I'm much more experienced sexually than him. And so for me, that's kind of like something that I would have said. So for him to say that, I was like, okay, interesting, because I get it. When we're on holidays and when we're out, like it's a great dynamic. We have good energy visually, you know, he's beautiful, dark-skinned Filipino, and I'm a production. You know what I mean? So it works. You know what I mean? People are intrigued. Straight, gay, bi, they're intrigued.
This man said, I'm a production.
I am. You know how it is.
Oh, it's
You know
just
what
a
I mean?
beautiful way to describe yourself.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it.
So, and you know, it's a vibe. And so
Nice.
I can understand that eventually it's going to attract different types of attention, and especially gay people, because being promiscuous is like, it comes straight after the ABCs.
Right.
You know, it's very fluid, let's say.
Yeah, of course.
For most homosexuals. And so what happens is, we're going to be put, or we've been put in this situation, so I've definitely been in this situation a lot without him, where like, you know, you're like, oh, you're so nice, and you're like, oh, shit, this is something different. So if the person checklists everything and it's a vibe, they're respectful, you appreciate the dynamic in their relationship, it's maybe something they don't do often, because I don't think I could be with a swinger or someone who practice it a lot.
Again, it has to be quite organic.
Yeah, organic. I'm open to that, but I'm very good at like, oh, that is what it is. But I said to him, I was like, we are in a long distance relationship, and there is no way in hell I'm opening that side of our relationship until you have me down and I have you down sexually.
Right.
I mean, connect, like, you know what I mean? I don't need that. You look at me and you're like, oh, that's the way you want this. That's the way I'm going to give you this. Or, you know, because with me, that's what I like doing. So I'm a bit more in tune with him sexually. Like, as being the top, I'm like very much like, oh, I'm going to do this to him, or I'm going to make him come 2 or 3 times. Whatever I want to happen, if he wants that, he's getting it and then some.
Right.
Where the other way around, because when you're being in the top and you're not used to giving, I'm now in a position where I'm like, you know what? I actually fancy you that much that I will be open to being the bottom.
Right.
So where does that look for us? And so now we're at that point of discovery sexually, but because we're not there day to day, we've only got like once every 2 months or once every 2.5 months to experiment and try these things out.
And explore.
So there's no way in hell that our sexual
You're not wasting
section,
tokens with other people.
no, because what
It's going to
if-
open another door.
and a can of worms. But
Yeah.
everything else in the relationship, we are so secure. Like, nothing can penetrate us. Things can, but the way we communicate and the way we tackle it as a team, ace. But because the sexual side is still green, is still new, I'm not prepared to open that. So I was like, I'm not saying no to this. Obviously, open relationship, no. But you understand the psychological consequences to that. You have to be responsible for that.
But you just had an open conversation. And
Oh,
that's
we love.
exactly what it is.
Shout out to my man. We are so good at that.
That's what
but
it's
I
about.
said to him, we can't be giving that energy and that vibe off because we are not there yet. Not saying we don't have great sex. No. But we need to be so full-rounded, like we are with communication, like we are with trust, like we are with our money, our time together. Our sex needs to be like that before anything comes in. Because if there is a vibe and we do it, that's great, because that's hot. I'm a bit fucked up in the head to see someone like, you know, do stuff with my man. I think it's great because it's the audacity. But also the flip side, if I'm fucking someone else's man, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna do it better than you. I know, I'm such a cow. I just love the psychological fuckery of it all. And I love that as soon as you ejaculate, or as soon as the evening's over, it's like, as you were. I'm so black and white with it, because you are not coming into my house. You know, you're not.
I get you.
And so I need someone, and my counterpart to
Coming in my
move
house
like
is a
that
metaphor,
too.
guys.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
Because it has to take place somewhere.
Yeah.
But-
I do come a lot, but not that much. I can't come through a whole house. But yeah, no, exactly. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
So with me, monogamy, yes.
Right.
But for me as a man, is the fact that at my age, and you know, hopefully happily ever after, like you, Kane, you know, getting married and all that stuff, that I'm still practicing that control, that restraint.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, because I think that's the biggest love letter to my man. What I show you and how consistent I am is one thing, but what's happening inside the mechanics, if you knew, you should be proud of too.
Right.
Because I'm 24 hours for this, as well as giving time for my friends and my career. Like, whatever comes at me, it can never trump us. It can never derail us, because I'm practicing my discipline and my decorum.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Well done, boys. Well done. That was well said. Well done.
I like this. Okay. So besides the confusion or difference in opinions with seeing and dating, which, by the way, those on Instagram and YouTube, please sound off. Let us know what you think, because it's interesting. We want to hear it from a point perspective of those who are in ground zero dating, because neither of us are really dating anymore. So if things have changed, we want to catch up.
Fuck buddy, we all agreed on.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to know how you feel about that too.
I used to have a roster. Oh, those are the days.
Oh, all right. So
But
we're
anyway,
not going. Yeah,
that's
we're not going.
another
Yeah, come on
episode.
now.
Boys, ding, ding, ding. The messin.
Oh.
Kane, what did you learn from this chat today? He's like, absolutely nothing.
I'm feeling where I stand.
He's like, shit, I'm getting married.
Yeah. I think happily ever after is a thing, but it can only be happily. Like it can last forever, but for me, it can only last forever if you're happy, right? So like monogamy needs to be happily ever after. Like it has to be happy. Otherwise, then to me, there's no point in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe in monogamy, and I want it to be a thing.
But you have to be happy.
You have to be happy.
Happy monogamy.
So
That's
if it's not happy ever after, then don't have it. Then don't have monogamy.
I'm gonna let Kane have the deep one because that's nice. I learned something. The messing for me is that we can get wires crossed, but it all kind of means nothing unless we communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like we just got to learn to communicate, and whatever it is that you believe in, be it monogamy or open relationship, respect and accept other people's perspective and human experience.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I think my messin is, it's kind of like a pat on the back, if you will. It's to keep massaging that side of you, and by that I mean that it takes a lot of restraint. Sometimes it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of walking the talk to not jump out of your relationship. For me personally, it's not difficult, but for some men, I see it and I don't think they're bad people. It's just we're wired differently depending on our surroundings and our backgrounds. But massage the good fight, because if you do want monogamy or if you're enticed by it, there is no greater feeling for you inputting so much day by day and seeing the fruit of your labor, the currency of happiness in your relationship.
Love that.
You know, so keep on doing it. Keep on massaging. And on that note, my darlings, thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Francisco Gomez. This is The Progressing Male, and keep it real without the spiel.
Na na na.
You gotta stop doing that.